As long as both parties have a copy of a signed, written amendment to the original promissory note, you're doing okay. If you have a loan with somebody and you're having trouble, whether you're the borrower or the lender, if you've got a loan in place and the borrower either wants to extend or can't afford to close and like pay a balloon or something like that on or before a certain date, they can pay for an extension. You can give them an extension or they can pay for it. This is called a loan modification. Surprise. Yes. When a borrower and a lender and make an arrangement to change the terms of a loan, that's a loan modification. And so, even in private loans, you can modify a loan any which way you want. You have a promissory note, and if it's secured by real estate, a deed of trust or mortgage. This is the public document. It doesn't have to change. Now, the balance of the promissory note or other special terms is very easily changed, and it's even changed privately. However, in official loan modifications with a mortgage, that's when they do. When you're talking $40,000, they're going to attach it again to the property as a second lien under new terms and conditions. But if you're continuing the existing loan or the existing terms and conditions, you can extend it over here. Now, if you pay a fee, whether you agree to it at the time you're going to do it, or in the note, if you pre-program, borrower has the right to extend for X dollars if paid on or before such and such date. That's how I do the extensions. When somebody says they've got 4 years and they can extend by 1 year if they want, I'm like, if you want, based on what? Well, if we want to. No, that's just a 5 year loan. Don't trick people like that. You're either taking a 5 year loan or you're taking a 4 year loan with an option to extend, but there needs to be some condition that's met to make the extension. Otherwise, it's just a 5 year loan. Don't play games with people. That said, if you agree to an extension, I just heard one come across the table, 2% of the loan amount is the cost to extend by whatever term. That's fine. You can also change interest rates, whatever you want to do in a loan modification. I would attach the original to the modification, and it's just like an addendum to any other contract. The terms in section 4 are changed from this to that, and this to that, and the new date is this from that. It should be very one for one. Condition, new condition, old condition, new condition. We also call the percentage points. So if you're charging 2% of the loan, the regular language you're going to use in communications is I'll charge you 2 points paid upfront. That does not pay down the loan balance. That's the thing about points is they're in relation to the loan balance, but they don't pay down the loan. So if I owe you $50,000 and you agree to let me extend by 1 year for 2 points, that's 2% of the loan. That should be $1,000 if my head math is working while I'm trying to talk live. So if I pay you $1,000, the loan balance is still 50, but now I just extend it for a whole year. $2,000 out of pocket buys me time. That's the sort of thing. That's consideration. In consideration of $1,000 to you, you give me more time to pay back the loan. That's consideration for value given. That's a contract. That's a viable addition or modification to a promissory note. And that's how you do that. Any more questions for clarification on the topic? Okay, so in the case that I'm being asked about right now, it's new terms being negotiated between the parties. So it wasn't like a pre programmed option fee. They're agreeing to 2% or 2 points to do an extension. Great. Does it have to go on public record? No. Is it a good idea? Well, it depends on what's on that deed of trust or mortgage that's on public record. If it shows the due date, I mean, the deed of trust is on there until the amount due is paid. So I would contend that no, you don't necessarily have to update it in public record. Does it have to go through a title company? No, you can record anything you want against a property directly through Creative TC if we're running the file or deeds.com. Usually people could turn to title companies because they think that's how you record something against the public record. But I've had people walk stuff in. So if you need to record on the public record, sure, you can walk it in. You can use Simplifile, deeds.com, a title company, whatever to modify. But a promissory note is not recorded on public record anyway. So as long as both parties have a copy of a signed, written amendment to the original promissory note, you're doing okay.